Welcome to the exciting, character-revealing crucible of basketball refereeing. Start the game by explaining a few of the rules, such as double dribbling, traveling, and guarding your own color, and the 1-minute foul out instead of free throws. This helps to establish the referee as the one in charge of the game. Blow your whistle. If you do not, the game will spin out of control. Blow it early. Players will not learn if they do not know the rules. Violations. Play stops on all rules violations with the non-violating team gaining possession of the ball. For leagues A and B, change possession at the site of the violation instead of passing it in from the sideline in order to keep the flow of the game. Double dribble. When a player stops dribbling, holds the basketball, and then starts dribbling again, or when a player dribbles the ball with two hands at the same time. Traveling. When a player ends his dribble and collects the ball, he or she is permitted 2 steps prior to releasing the ball on a shot or a pass. Count the steps. 1, 2 is legal. 1, 2, 3 is not. If you get to 3 and the offensive player is still holding the ball, it's a traveling violation. Or if the player picks up the pivot foot prior to releasing the basketball for a dribble, it is a traveling violation. Backcourt violation. When the team with possession of the ball travels over the midcourt line into the front court and then crosses back into the backcourt, it is a violation. 3-second rule. No offensive player can be in the key for longer than 3 seconds at a time. Half-court press. The defense may not guard or apply any pressure to a player on the opposition until the offensive player has crossed midcourt. Stay with your color or matchup. Players using wristbands will limit themselves to only guarding players with the same color wristband, or if they're given a matchup, they will stay with that player and not guard a different player. Ten-point rule. Teams that get ahead by 10 or more points will limit themselves to taking shots outside the paint or the key. For the A and B league, they will limit themselves to outside the key and behind the black line. 10 seconds in the backcourt violation. When the offensive team takes 10 or more seconds to move the basketball across the midcourt line into the front court, it is a violation. 5-second inbound violation. When passing the ball inbounds after gaining possession, players have 5 seconds to get the ball to a teammate. Fouls. After a foul is committed, the non-violating team will gain possession of the ball, and the offending player will sit out for 30 seconds, unless it is a shooting foul and the player will sit out for 1 minute. Shooting foul. When a defender makes contact with an offensive player who is in the act of shooting the basketball, the offending player is removed from the game for 1 minute and the offending team may not substitute with another player. If the violation occurs within the last minute of a period, the offending player's loss of playing time will carry over to that player's next playing period. Reaching in. When a defender attempts to steal the basketball and the defender extends their arm and hand while making contact with the opposing ball handler, it is a foul and the opposing player will sit out for 30 seconds. Stealing. Taking the ball from the opponent is not allowed in the A or B league. In the C league, each player is allowed 1 steal per period. Stealing is allowed in all of the upper leagues unless there is a notable mismatch between players based upon size or ability. If an obvious mismatch occurs, the player with the advantage may not steal from the other player. Charging. When an offensive player runs into a defender who has an established position, it is a foul and the player will be out of the game for 30 seconds. Holding. When a player uses their hands to interfere with or limit an opponent's freedom of movement, it is a foul and the offending player will sit out for 30 seconds. Blocking. When a player uses their body position to prevent their opponent from advancing down the court, it is a foul and the offending player will sit out for 30 seconds. Thank you for volunteering, and we look forward to seeing you on the court.